previously on BiltNotBot. And this is my tiny monkey brain talking. Oh my goodness, it's beautiful. It is absolutely gorgeous. Alright, so the brakes are done. I've dropped the front coilovers. I need to adjust the back, which shouldn't be too terribly difficult. Theoretically, I just have to adjust this right here, and that in there, which these are like loose. I can just, yeah. So I'll get up under there, pull those out, raise them all an inch, raise this an inch, and then that should be it. I don't think there's anything else that I need to do with the suspension aside from an alignment, obviously. That's what I'm doing right now. And then the next thing is going to be packing my bearings of grease and installing them. Of course, cleaning the axle housing out first. So I'm gonna try and get rid of some of this stuff. I got a wire brush. I'm gonna just kind of try and get it a little bit clean. Not gonna worry too much about it, and then once I get that done, it's just putting in the axles and buttoning up the differential, getting the wheels mounted on the car, and then from there getting an alignment. That's everything that needs to happen. Of course, what I'm going to do anyways, I need to. It's not like a need, it's not a necessity, but this thing is awfully dirty, filthy. It's just been sitting here for several weeks at this point. My battery's dead, don't know why. The car still needs a bunch of things, a bunch of different just odds and ends, and just like the windshield wiper fluid motor, which I think is somewhere down in there. That needs to be replaced. It doesn't work anymore, so I haven't had windshield wiper fluid, at least for a while. I need a new windshield. This windshield sucks. And then it's kind of like an interior refresh as well. A, it needs to be cleaned, but B, a lot of this plastic here is just worn out and sun damaged because this car sees a lot of sun. So I'm going to try and figure out a way to restore that stuff, just make it look a little bit better. And then, you know, I just got, my door cards are finally starting to split a little bit, the material's coming off, so I might have to get that replaced. New seats, new steering wheel, new shifter column. That shifter column, the buttons don't work anymore for the semi-automatic mode. It's kind of a disappointment, but I've got a new top. I need a new top. Honestly, it's just like stuff like this. I just need to replace this piece, I think. But you know, it's coming together. That looks phenomenal. I think that's going to be a great service to this car. So anyways, I'm gonna get to the back suspension real quick. I'm gonna drop those axles down 1 inch exactly and go from there. All right, that's them adjusted. So everything is at the same ride height all around, according to my calculations. So I think we're good. Next thing to do, pack these bearings and install them somehow, some way. I don't have an installer tool. I have the next best thing. So we're going to see if it works. But once I get those bearings in, right there, we'll be able to put the axles in and button up the diff, put the wheels on, and get it on the ground, theoretically. I guess I should mention the brakes. Just coming together. I might be driving this thing tonight. Probably not. Yeah, probably not. But this weekend, for sure. Right? I don't know. Also, I need a haircut. It's just a little long. Bleep bloop it down in the comments. Should I get a haircut? Because I kind of want one. Anyways, spoiler looks freaking great. Side note, it's the first busted knuckle I've had this entire project. So that means one of two things. One, I'm literally the best at this, or I'm not working hard enough. I think it's the first one. Back at it. It's early in the morning. It's not too terribly early, but it's early enough to complain. Front's done, complete, buttoned up, nice and easy. Dropped all the coilovers, a whole inch, as you can see here. Got the axles installed last night. It was really dark, and it started raining, so we didn't get a whole lot done. But the new axles are in, and it looks pretty good. Everything's tight as it was before. I gotta fill the diff with fluid. I need the special pump for that, so I gotta go to O'Reilly's here in a minute, actually. And then the rear brakes. Gotta put the rear brakes on. It's supposed to rain all freaking week, so I can't really do the top because it takes several applications of this stuff and it needs to be completely dry, like outside. So I don't think I'm gonna have 48 hours where it can cure, so I probably can't do that this week. But it'll at least get us going. And then the next dry spell that we have, I'll take care of that. And then yeah, that's about it. We're so close. I can taste it. I gotta get an alignment on the front. I think I've got some toe out. Need to take care of as soon as possible. a lot better than last time. Hammer! Where's my hammer? You know, like Thor. Found my hammer. Okay, she is on her own 4 wheels. Doggone, she looks good. Wow. I'm glad I went the inch instead of the 3/4. That stance is, it's exactly what I was hoping for. It's exactly what I wanted. Wow. They're identical all the way around. Wow. The brakes feel good. They're not soft. At least in the 18 inches I've driven it. All right. Oh, the brakes are snappy. All right, so off the bat, I just realized I'm getting too ahead of myself. I have to make sure, doubly sure, that all of these lug nuts are tight. Engine's running fine. It's shifting. I don't hear any grinding. E-brake's working. Something's grinding. I can't tell if it's coming from the front or the back. Brakes working. I don't think it's the brakes that's grinding. Here's what I'm thinking, right? Here's what I'm thinking. So I think the diff is grinding because I didn't put any friction modifier in the oil. It's not the brakes. It only happens when I turn, and I think it's coming from the rear end. The only thing I can think of is the diff just doesn't have any of that friction modifier that it needs. Maybe that's what it is. I kind of forgot to do that. I don't know. But I'm gonna clean out the tools and crap out of here. And then I'm gonna take it for a little bit more of a high-speed test run. I just looked underneath and everything is dry. There's no leaks. I've only been driving it for like 5 minutes. I don't smell anything. So that's good. I think it's the diff clutch pack that's grinding because I didn't put friction modifier in the oil, the gear oil. So I don't know what I'm gonna do about that. Probably nothing, if I'm being honest. But I think I'm gonna get it taken to a shop for alignment tomorrow, and then I don't know. We'll go from there, I guess. I'm gonna do some research and see if I can figure out why it's doing that grinding noise. I'm almost positive, 100%, that it's because I didn't put friction modifier in the gear oil. Forgot to do that. So I might be getting it back up and figuring that out, but you know, it is what it is.